getting ready for his Sydney concerts. To packed houses in Perth and Melbourne, Paul McCartney begins the Sydney leg of his tour tonight. Dozens of faithful fans kept vigil outside the entertainment centre this afternoon. They were rewarded when the former Beatle rocked up for a rehearsal. McCartney will play the entertainment centre for 3 nights before tackling 2 outdoor concerts at Parramatta Stadium.
Close to a repeat of Beatlemania last night when Paul McCartney started the final leg of his Australian tour at the Entertainment Centre.
She said, baby, can't you see? I want to be famous and start to scream, but you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car.
In 2.5 hours, the 50-year-old played his biggest hits from the Beatle days through to his new album, Off the Ground. Parents danced with their children as Paul demonstrated the time span of his compositions.
Coming up. It's coming up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Coming up.
Two killed in the crash of a helicopter near Wyong. Protesters clashed with hunters on the duck season opening day. Chaos in Sydney as hundreds queue to meet Paul McCartney. Days of Beatlemania, a Sydney store has been besieged by fans wanting to meet Paul McCartney. The last time the former Beatle made a store appearance anywhere in the world was back in 1966.
There was probably something familiar to Paul McCartney about today's turnout. The Beatles tour in the 60s set the standard by which all future hero worship would be judged. Today, a new generation was keen to be judged well. Hundreds lined Pitt Street 5 hours before McCartney was due to arrive. Many had been there since last night.
All of it will be 17-hour wait, so it's a long time.
It all seemed a bit strange for older, wiser heads.
Oh, who's Paul McCartney? He can't sing.
You don't like
Do you think he can sing?
Obviously, there are a few people who think he can sing. Police estimate the crowd here at well in excess of 1,000.
I love you, Paul. I do. I really do.
Inside, autograph heaven.
Want me to sign this then? Should I?
I'm scared I'm going to faint or something. Yeah.
Is that for me?
For those who made it in, a near spiritual experience.
I finally met the man close. I shook his hand. Touch that hand. That hand touched Paul McCartney.
After half an hour, McCartney took his leave, but not before signing one more autograph, a fan's guitar, the stuff rock and roll legends are made of.
I'm just going to put this in a frame and never play it again.
McCartney has 2 more Sydney shows, Parramatta Stadium on Monday and Tuesday. Mark Barland, National 9 News.
The Sunday. And that's news, sport and weather for this Saturday. I'm Ian Ross. Good night.
He has taken time out from his Sydney concerts to beat the environmental drum. He and wife Linda paid a morale-boosting visit to the Greenpeace flagship Rainbow Warrior at Darling Harbour.
As for the whaling, you know, they've got this big vote coming up in Japan, and we really hope it's going to go in favour of the whales. If it isn't, it's going to be 20 more years of slaughter, and that's not a good idea, you know.
The McCartneys were shown an ozone-friendly fridge and a solar-powered stove, and as they left, gave the environmentalists a round of applause.
Here's our appreciation. Great pigs. You're great pigs! People in Norway, anybody listening in Japan? Yeah, that's great.
Parramatta. Thumbs up for Parramatta Stadium as a rock venue following Paul McCartney's big concert last night. 25,000 fans packed the stadium to see the former Beatle parade his seemingly endless string of hits. Beatles songs were the clear favourites and a happy ending. After threats that the McCartney shows could be the last, police reported no problems with the big crowd, almost guaranteeing a rosy future for rock and roll in our West. And that's 7 Nightly News for this Tuesday, the 23rd of March.
It was standing room only at Auckland's Western Springs last night as Paul McCartney took about 60,000 Beatles fans on a magical history tour. Dylan Tate joined the crowds for the former Mop Top's only New Zealand concert.
Yes, Macca's back. 24 years wed now and with 4 children. But for the old fans, the mood is definitely yesterday when all their troubles seem so far away. Just a few thousand caught the Beatles' Auckland gig in '64. Well, they're back for more, and they've got a few friends with them. Suddenly, he was among us. The man who wrote a soundtrack for the '60s. The new songs, people take them or leave them. The nostalgia bells really clang for the old favourites. It was 2.5 hours of high-tech, something old, something new, and something else. 60,000 people agreeing on something.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh, very fantastic.
Magic, fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, would have paid $100. He would have paid $100.
Dylan Tate, One Network News.
Paul McCartney striking a blow for great power. I think he's
Good day, Australia. It's hey time again. I'll see you later in the show. Over to you, Johnny.
Why, thank you, Macca. And now, hey, it's Saturday.
Because it's the most wonderful experience that we've enjoyed for a long, long time.
Hey, thanks a lot,
I say
man.
that because, I'm a great fan, and a lot of people, Australia's a bit depressed economically, and all the people that have seen you in concert just thought, wow, great.
Well, we've come down here and we've had a ball, we expected to work and have a few days off and stuff, but the shows have not been really like work. No. The audiences have been sensational.
The Beatles era was so strong. I mean, it was such an incredible era.
Wasn't bad, was it?
Lived through it. It wasn't bad.
Wasn't too bad.
I often think that the memories of that are sort of pictures in the mind. What are the pictures in your mind of that era?
It's funny for me. I have like the overall picture of, I don't know, the psychedelic dress and all of that, the way, because that was such a little period, wasn't it? Yes. I mean, it's like everyone's sort of dressed different. It almost looks like, to me, when I see pictures, it looks like the future.